this conversation. Isla, you wanted to pick his brain a little bit about why
Yes,
he even wanted to get involved in this.
Hello. Hi, Phil.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Yes, we're good, thank you. I'd like to ask you, why do you think TEDx is worthwhile for students?
Well, we joined in last year as well at the very first TEDx with, and we took 2 students to that from Royal High School, and it just had such a huge impact on their confidence. It was incredible, so we really wanted to offer that experience to our students this year as well. I mean, you know, because you're involved, what we see is these kids really, you know, they're 10 and 11, and I know you're a bit older, but it's really, so you'll agree that just a bit, yeah. You're not as old as me. You know, they're really pushing the boundaries of the higher level and critical thinking, and you know, they're pushing the limits of their performance in terms of the quality of the work they're producing and the editing, and just the sheer hard work that they're putting into things. And it's something that, you know, it's got such a real purpose to it. You don't often see that happening during the normal school days. So I'll give you an example. Both Melania and Safe last night were up working so late on their speeches, even though it's not until Tuesday and we've got bags of time to still rehearse. They were emailing me drafts asking if it was okay. And I was sitting in a cafe watching the Chelsea match in the Champions League. These guys are working harder than their teachers to make a success of themselves. It's just fantastic. So it's that sort of opportunity you just don't get in school. It's so important.
So what do you think it gives to students?
Above all, it's the confidence. It really is the confidence, and you know that comes from that work ethic. They've worked so hard to achieve something, and they've taken the knocks along the way, because people are, you know, pretty brutal at times in their criticism of what they're doing to make it absolutely perfect. And it's pretty tough to take those knocks and come back and show that resilience. So be doing it at such a young age. You know, when you get to my ripe old age, then it's going to be old hat, and you know, you kids are going to be the leaders of the future and really take things on. So it's that confidence, the resilience, and the knowledge that you've really succeeded in something special.
Phil, James here. I have a quick question. The students don't get grades for doing this. This is really an extracurricular activity. Are you impressed by the amount of effort they put in? Because they don't get that typical classroom reward.
No, I'm absolutely astonished. I mean, these guys, I know Anise, I think it was Anise sort of joked about Miss Daisy Peel was pushing her into it, but I'm sure it was more of a gentle nudge, really. But these guys, they put themselves up for this. You know, we just advertised it on our blog, we showed the montage of videos from last year's TED, and said who wants to put themselves through the mire here, through the mill, if you like, and they put themselves up for this. And Melania and Safe came forward, and they've really sort of said, look, we're going to do this for ourselves and for other people. We want to share these ideas. We've got these ideas that we think everybody should know about. We're passionate enough to put ourselves through this pain and all this hard work to get these ideas across and on a big stage. So I'm absolutely astonished at the amount of work they've put into it. Incredible.
Do you think that you'd hold a TEDx event at the Royal Dubai School?
Well, I think the pressure's on now, isn't it? Like I say, we took students to Wiz last year, and we're there again this year. Maybe it is, but the time is right for us to pick up the mantle and go with it there.
Would you ever do a TED Talk?
I think I probably would. Because I do like my talks, and I like a bit of chat, so I've got lots of ideas, so I think I'd probably get up there. I don't know if I'd like all the editing and the criticism. I don't think I've got the resilience that you kids are showing. I'll give it a go.
Do you have any ideas, do you think, that you would do? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Ideas on the spot? The thing I'm really passionate about at the moment is really getting this idea across that even though we sometimes make great assumptions about children and what they believe and what they think, adults are very, very often wrong. And I'm pleased to hear James touched on it earlier, actually, the stereotypes about teenagers and younger children walking around shopping malls and think not much is going on. So it would probably be something around that, you know, this idea that as adults, we all think our own generation is the golden generation, and things are getting worse with kids, but I really don't believe that. So probably be something around the idea, you know, that you lot are you're real ambassadors for your generation, and I think in our old age we'll be in safe hands. So it'll be something about that. Hope for the future.
Phil, do you think are the students, when the rest of Royal Dubai sees these two students getting up here and doing this and working through things, are they inspiring the school? Is the rest of the school rallying behind this and saying, you know what, I want to get my voice out there as well?
They do. I mean, that's why you know, Safe and Melania know that we had a couple of students in TEDx last year, so they know that benchmark was set so high. So we had two great performances last year, as well as the other students from with as well. You know, they were fantastic. So they see that, and they see what's required and that the standard that they have to reach. So it's a real challenge for them. They see that, and they go for it. So I'm sure we'll have next year even more students saying we could do that. We'll have a go. So yeah, it's inspirational. That's the whole thing about it.
Phil, I think we want to thank you for taking the time to join us, but also for championing this at Royal Dubai, and you know, really pushing it on and taking the time and the effort to work with the students to make these talks the talks they need to be, their A game, that not just a good talk, not a great talk, but amazing talks, and that's sort of the bar that's been set. So thank you for doing your part as well.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
We'll look forward to seeing you at the event, so we'll catch up then, and until then, keep working hard.
And tell those kids to get to bed. Shower in the morning.
Thanks, Phil. You know, it's always nice to hear teachers